Luo Feng tried his best to control his emotions as he asked immediately. Where? Guangzhou Knight told him every single detail he knew, including which original star Tian Knight was on and its coordinates. Thank you, Luo Feng said. He was exceedingly grateful. A small matter, Guangzhou Knight said, then asked out of curiosity. Why are you so concerned about Tian Knight? Is there bad blood between you two? He is a universe overlord. A favor for a friend, Luo Feng replied with a single sentence. Oh, Guangzhou Knight said and nodded, content with this reason. In the sky of the original star, Luo Feng, who had transformed into a beam of light, flew forward. Without warning, he drew an arc with his wings in the air and changed his course to another direction. I have waited for so many years, he thought. I sought the fourth black metal board to increase my power just for this very day. With his silver armor and wings, Luo Feng waited with eyes filled with anticipation. The strong beckoning of the Sure Wu wings was unforgettable. He believed that once Sure Wu wings and black wings were combined, there would be qualitative changes. Everyone knew that the strength of a true treasure was what determined the ease of finding it. In the course of just under a year, Luo Feng had killed 82 senior universe knights and 5 universe overlords. However, from the 82 senior universe knights, he only managed to obtain a total of 6 ordinary true treasures. From the 5 universe overlords, he only managed to obtain 18 ordinary true treasures and 4 senior true treasures. Ordinary true treasure series could be considered equivalent to senior true treasures. Even if he were to add in the several treasures in their world rings, the total value, upon calculation, would only be 60 to 70 true treasure points. This was still insufficient to exchange for a top-tier true treasure, and universe masters were all eyeing the top-tier true treasures greedily. Under normal circumstances, only universe masters would be armed with top-tier true treasure weapons. As for pinnacle true treasures like force armor, these might as well be once-in-a-lifetime opportunities, where even someone like True Yen Emperor would have difficulty obtaining them. I have killed 5 universe overlords, although they were killed because they attacked me out of greed. But now that the news is widespread, it will be impossible to shun universe overlords, who are always well informed. I am considered quite wealthy among all the universe overlords, but a top-tier true treasure I am still a little far from it. Once I have the other pair of wings, however, and once they are combined. Luo Feng's anticipation surged. A single acquisition would far surpass close to a year's worth of killing. So, Luo Feng sped toward the path of a whirlpool leading to original star number 02881. In original star number 02881. I think a universe knight from the Hong Alliance has just discovered my location, said a voice. A bald man with 8 arms, a great being from the Automaton clan, suddenly emerged from nestled within the bed of weeds. Tian Knight's godly body was armed with unique technological weapons. For instance, his head was able to turn 360 degrees, providing a high degree of alertness. For now, my whereabouts cannot be divulged, he said. Just in case, I had better leave here as soon as possible. Tian Knight's eyes revealed a cold glimmer, and with a great shrug of his black wings, he sped up and soared into the sky. As darkness fell, golden horned beasts hovered high in the night sky, surveying the surroundings. This is it. Based on the tip-off Guangzhou Knight provided, it should be this area. Golden horned Luo Feng scanned the land below. His original earthling body had become so famous that even universe overlords would make a detour if they ran into him, so in order to ensure that Tian Knight would not catch wind of his arrival and have the chance to escape, Luo Feng had rushed over in his golden horned beast body. Also, his golden horned beast body did not make use of Sure Wu wings. This way Tian Knight would have no means of knowing that he had arrived. Not here! Yes, not here! Golden horned Luo Feng was slightly confused. He had carefully perused the deserted plains filled with weeds. The weeds were very tall. If he did not look carefully, he might not be able to find a great being hiding there. Hong! Long! A vast sea of golden waves spread out in an instant, enveloping everything it touched, permeating every inch of the bed of weeds. Within a fleeting moment, the golden waves had engulfed everything in the vast domain within a radius of 19 million miles. Within the area demarcated by the domain-type true treasure, not a single great being would be capable of escaping. No one? Golden horned Luo Feng found it increasingly suspicious. Rushing over here took me some time, but it was, at most, just over 2 days. These universe knights who hide in the original stars, keeping watch for the right opportunities, normally stay for at least half a year to a year. How can they all be gone? Golden-horned Luo Feng looked around the vastness between heaven and earth. There was no way he could determine where Tian Yang Knight was. However, the Shi-Wu wings, which were hidden in his world ring, seemed to be provoked and ready to make their move. Obviously, they must have sensed the location of their counterpart, the black wings. Heck! Golden-horned Luo Feng growled softly. The vast sea of golden waves disappeared in an instant. At the same time, the true treasure's Shi-Wu wings came out of the world ring and attached to the scale armor on his wings. Beast God armor also accommodated Shi-Wu wings to allow the assimilation of both. Beast God armor may have been a set, but its original functionality did not involve wings. With the assimilation of the scale armor true treasure into scale armor wings, however, the defense level achieved was equally impressive. When it came to speed of flight, the scale armor wings still paled in comparison to Shi-Wu wings. Now that the two were combined, the effect achieved was naturally second to none. One! A strong summon was transmitted from a certain direction, and his Shi-Wu wings shook as though ready to take flight. Over there! Golden-horned Luo Feng looked far to his left. This strong summoning sensation felt the same as it had back then. It was obviously coming from the black wings that belonged to Tian Yang Knight. This time, I am not letting you escape. Golden-horned Luo Feng quickly spread his wings as his speed skyrocketed. He accelerated without stopping and continued in this manner till he reached a speed near to light speed. Then he flew off in a linear direction. In a swamp a few billions of miles away from Luo Feng, Tian Yang Knight had become a turbid color as he lay in the water, creating the illusion that he was drowning. Without using godly power or domain to search, just by using the naked eye alone, one would not be able to discover any trace of him. One! Tian Yang Knight's glowing wings shook, unable to calm down. Ha! Hua! A golden armored head emerged from the swamp. A pair of eyes stared coldly into the distance. That's it, he whispered. It's that golden horned beast. The moment you stepped on this original star, I could sense you. But I did not expect you to approach me here. Tian Yang Knight's eyes were filled with coldness. Of course, he could not forget that battle that had occurred almost 20,000 years ago. The golden horned beast had a true treasure pair of wings that was extremely important to him. At that time, the golden horned beast was clearly much weaker than him in terms of power, but it had a powerful true treasure armor and a massive godly body, which placed Tian Yang Knight at a disadvantage. Annoying fellow. Is he here to annoy me again? Tian Yang Knight gritted his teeth. Obviously his power does not match up to mine. Yet he has a senior true treasure armor and a huge godly body. Fighting against him even when my godly body has been totally used up, he will not have consumed much of his. Annoying. If you did not have such a big godly body, I would definitely fight you. Again, Tian Yang Knight clenched his teeth in anger. Hong! He immediately transformed into light and flew off in another direction. Golden Horned Beast could vaguely sense the location where the sound transmission had come from, but as he was approaching it, the position started to move. It was continuously on the move. Is he escaping? Luo Feng was shocked. Why is he escaping? In their previous battle, Tian Yang Knight initially had the upper hand. Luo Feng managed to claim the final victory thanks to his massive godly body, which provided him with a slight advantage. Overall, however, Tian Yang Knight was still the one in control of the situation. It did not make sense to Luo Feng that he was running just because he sensed that Luo Feng was near. If you are going to flee, then I'm going to give chase. I shall see how long you can remain on the run. Luo Feng continued to give chase at top speed. The bold great being with 8 arms of the Automaton clan and the Golden Horned Beast, one after the other, flew across the original star several billion miles apart. Yet no matter how fast or how far Tian Yang Knight flew, Golden Horned Beast was able to sense his location with such accuracy that there was no way he could escape. Damn! Growled Tian Yang Knight. Why is he so persistent? Does he think that by chasing me, he will be able to get me to fight against him? Apart from universe masters, even top-tiered universe overlords may not be able to kill me. Damn, if not for the current situation, I would definitely teach you a good lesson. Tian Yang Knight was fuming from being hunted down, but he forced himself to hold back the rage that was consuming him from within. I shall move on to another original star, Tian Yang Knight decided. He saw a faraway space whirlpool and made his way over. He went through the space whirlpool and arrived at another original star. Almost half an hour passed, and Golden Horned Beast made his way to the whirlpool where Tian Yang Knight had disappeared. According to what I have sensed, he disappeared here. Golden Horn Beast saw the space whirlpool and analyzed the situation. Even if he had self-destructed, that pair of wings was indestructible, so I should still be able to sense it if it was around. Obviously, he has entered another original star. Hong! Golden Horn Beast went through the space whirlpool and arrived at another original star. Upon entering the other original star, Tian Yang Knight continued flying for another 6 million miles or so before he stopped to hide. That annoying Golden Horn Beast knows he can't catch up with me. He can't do anything to me at all. Most likely, he will not give up the chase. A short while later, the familiar, strong summoning feeling was transmitted to him again. The black wings on his back shook again. Damn! Tian Yang Knight's immense anger was incomparable. Golden Horn Beast! He shouted with unbridled hatred. If that was not a crucial moment, he could still go all out to escape from Luo Feng, or even summon other great beings from the automaton clan to take down this Golden Horn Beast. Good, he muttered. I shall wait for you. I'll soon show you the difference between you and I. Tian Yang Knight's anger had reached its limit as he stood in the heartland of the forest, waiting in silence. Luo Feng was baffled. What? He is not escaping anymore? How strange. Not my business, I guess. Anyway, it's good for me that he is no longer on the run. Luo Feng was brimming with confidence. Unless a universe master made a personal appearance, there was no one Luo Feng feared. Hong! Golden Horn Beast flew quickly in the same direction. A short while later, he made it to the sky above the forest, where he immediately swooped down to the spot where he could clearly sense the other pair of wings. The bald being of the automaton race stood atop the canopy of a tree. His black wings were in a slight fanning motion as he stared coldly at Luo Feng. Annoying Golden Horn Beast, he growled. Tian Yang Knight, Golden Horn Beast said, approaching at top speed and not slowing down for an instant. Damn it! Tian Yang Knight let out a furious roar. All the suppressed anger that had accumulated after being chased after for such a long period erupted. Hong! Long! Everything between heaven and earth suddenly fell into a vast blackness. Golden Horn Beast, who was initially flying at an extremely fast rate of speed, suddenly felt as though it had fallen into a muddy swamp. It immediately reduced his speed. Golden Horn Luo Feng was taken aback. It's a domain-type true treasure! Tian Yang Knight, since when did he possess a domain-type true treasure? On original star number 02881, a being covered with black mist showed up in the sky when the Golden Horn Beast chased Tian Yang Knight into the space whirlpool. I saw it correctly. Tian Yang Knight flew into this space whirlpool. The being in the black mist nodded. Tian Yang Knight resorted to flying speedily in the sky because of the Golden Horn Beast, and the light coming from Tian Yang Knight was quite eye-catching. This universe knight of another race had been attracted by it. He immediately sent the information to Lord of Fan Noa Fortress using the body he had on the outside. Lord of Fan Noa Fortress was a supreme being in the Thorn Ring Alliance, and he was one of the top-tier universe overlords. He was a supreme being who could rival the most powerful world tree. The reason why he was called the Lord of a Fortress was that he had a senior flying palace-type true treasure which could protect him from universe masters. Sky Wolf Palace was only a senior flying palace-type true treasure, and it was only slightly better than the fortress. An ordinary true treasure? Lord of Fan Noa Fortress was indeed generous. He gave me such an incredible valuable just for me to track someone down. The being in the black mist started to laugh darkly, then flew into the space whirlpool. Huh! The being from black mist showed up in the sky after going through the space whirlpool and saw a black light in the distance. Though he was tens of millions of miles from it, the domain was so large that he could see clearly what was going on even from afar. This startled him. The power is so extraordinary. It must be a domain-type true treasure. The being from the black mist stayed away from the domain. Hong! Long! Suddenly, churning golden rivers collided with the black light. It was as if there were two oceans crashing against each other. The black light kept backing down, as the golden river was just as powerful as it. Two domains dashed against each other. Another domain-type true treasure? The being from the black mist was shocked. Only a few universe overlords have domain-type true treasures, and I see two of them who have it. It seems there are two universe overlords fighting. Is one of them Tian Yang Knight? The Golden Horn Beast and Tian Yang Knight gazed at each other in the vast forest 60 million miles away from the space whirlpool. Endless black light and golden rivers covered the forest, and the branches, flowers, and grass were destroyed under the shock waves. Humph! Tian Yang Knight grew furious and shouted. Golden Horn Beast, do you have to fight me? Tian, young knight, you should know that you're not escaping this fight, the Golden Horn Beast said, glaring at him from afar. Escape? What makes you think I am escaping? Do you really think your power can rival mine? Humph! I didn't want to fight you in the first place, but I'm not afraid of you. I just didn't want to, which is why I used my domain-type true treasure to intimidate you. But I didn't expect you to have a domain-type true treasure also, Tian young knight sneered. It seems you got lucky in the past 20,000 years. The Golden Horn Beast watched from a distance. Tian young knight added indifferently. It seems that I have to fight you. Yes, the Golden Horn Beast said in a low voice. Then fight me. Let us finish this as soon as possible. Tian young knight was enraged. He didn't think that the Golden Horn Beast could rival him. He had fought a top-tier universe overlord before. He didn't need to be afraid of anyone. Come, the Golden Horn Beast growled. His armor was dark, and the longest horn, surrounded by 5 other horns, was sharp as a blade. Hung! There was a black shuttle in each of Tian young knight's hands, and he gazed at the Golden Horn Beast coldly. Hong! They acted at the same time, dashing at each other, and so did the churning domains. Rolling rocks were formed in front of the black light, while 9 strange beasts showed up in front of the Golden River. They both tried to suppress one another's oppositions. Damn Golden Horn Beast! Tian young knight transmitted the voice to Luo Feng. Don't you understand that you can't overpower me? And neither can I, you fool! The 8 black shuttles became mesmerizing lights. But the sharp and pervading golden light dissipated all 8 shuttles. Pun! The longest horn on the Golden Horn Beast hit Tian young knight. Hong! Long! Tian young knight was stupefied. This was the most terrific attack he had ever endured. Even the attack from the sidekick of Lord of Fan Noah Fortress hadn't been as powerful as this one. Little did he know that although the Golden Horn Beast's godly body was almost as powerful as the original earthling body of Luo Feng, one of them was 10,081 times, and the other was 9,800 times. And their godly power was almost equally delicate. And both of the attacking techniques they used were the ultimate techniques of Universe Masters. Golden Light. The only difference was that the original earthling body used the senior true treasure weapon Pearl Cutting Blade. The Golden Horn Beast, on the other hand, used the top-tier true treasure armor Beast God Armor, which was as worthy as a pinnacle true treasure, which made it much stronger. Tian young knight bounced back, shocked to discover that 22% of his godly body was gone. How? How is it possible? Tian young knight found it impossible to believe. Luo Feng was surprised as well. He has a senior true treasure armor. Tian young knight had a moderately small godly body, about 24 feet tall. If he were wearing an ordinary true treasure armor, the beast god would have killed Tian young knight. Luo Feng could easily feel the resistance from the true treasure armor. If it was Parachopper Knight, thought Luo Feng, even if he had a senior true treasure armor, he would have been killed by the Golden Horn Beast, as his godly body was so small. A senior true treasure armor? The Golden Horn Beast growled. Did you prepare it for the original stars? Tian young knight was both angry and shocked. He glared at the Golden Horn Beast in front of him. Indeed, the information shared in the universe said that he had an ordinary true treasure armor, but that was outdated. He had exchanged something for a senior true treasure in his race for the opening of the original star. Last time, the Golden Horn Beast couldn't feel the difference between an ordinary true treasure armor and a senior true treasure armor, as he had been weaker last time. But this time the Golden Horn Beast could clearly feel it. How? Tian young knight demanded, glaring at the Golden Horn Beast. How is it possible? You were much weaker than me before. Stop asking. Die. And the Golden Horn Beast charged again. Want to kill me? Tian young knight roared. Don't count on it. Run. Tian young knight controlled the black light to resist the Golden Horn Beast while he shook his wing and tried to flee. The Golden Horn Beast slashed the black light and flew after him. Ho! Intricate golden engravings started to flow on the Golden Horn Beast's body, and he used his own body as a weapon, emanating with golden light. Immediately, his speed surged and dashed at Tian young knight. What? Tian young knight was shocked. He changed his direction, as maneuverability was what he was best at. I'm good at that too, said the Golden Horn Beast as he raced toward him. They kept changing directions, redirecting their course dozens of times in less than a single second. Golden Horn Beast's body quickly found out that his ability to change directions was inferior to Tian young knight. That's right, thought Luo Feng. His black wings and my Shiwu wings have the same source. I've been practicing on the path of engraving pictures for 180 million years. Though I cracked the way to manifest 9 Tiger River immediately after I came out, I still couldn't find out the way to perform the third form of the Shiwu wings, as that's much more complicated. Luo Feng understood it as it was likely that the black wing also had a third form that his opponent was using. No wonder he couldn't catch Tian Yan Knight. You can't catch me. Give up! Tian Yan Knight transmitted his voice. He was, however, anxious. The golden horn beast sped up like a beam of golden light, which made him incredibly fast. He had already asked for help from his race, but it would take time for great beings of the automaton race to arrive. Besides, he had fought the golden horn beast before, and he knew that he definitely had the power of a top-tier universe overlord. That meant even if a universe master of automaton race arrived, his control over space and time wouldn't be able to deal with such a great being. The universe master had to fight the golden horn beast. Give up? Asked Tian Yan Knight. The golden horn beast growled. I didn't want to use my supreme move in the first place, but you're really good at running. Supreme move? Tian Yan Knight became terrified. That terrific golden light was already unbelievably powerful, yet it wasn't his supreme move? He couldn't imagine how the golden horn beast, who had been significantly weaker than him before, could be so powerful now. Hong! Long! Long! The golden horn beast's eyes looked tranquil, and burning godly power burst out. He was more than 55,000 miles long, and the fight hadn't even consumed 1/60 millionth of his godly power. However, after using the move, I am the universe, the godly power flooded out. Everything was enveloped. The being shrouded in black mist 60 million miles away, who had been following them, suddenly felt everything turning dark. Endless chaos winds started to blow. The being in the black mist looked around, dazed. What is going on? Why is it dark? The miniature universe was vast and mighty, too, with a diameter of 19 million miles. Chaotic airflow spread and filled the entire miniature universe. It was a picture of chaos. Golden Horn Beast was stationed in the middle of the miniature universe, and its godly body supplied the energy required by the miniature universe to revolve. Something strange is going on, thought Luo Feng. There is another presence here. A knight of another race, its evil Fog Knight from the Thorn Ring Alliance. He is extremely skilled in illusions. He seems to be still looking around at his surroundings, unaware of the situation he is in. The moment Golden Horn Beast successfully brought out the miniature universe, it sensed that there was an additional knight of another race present within the boundaries of the miniature universe. Unquestionably, this unlucky fellow who was about to become a victim. Luo Feng had shrunk the miniature universe on purpose. The miniature universe was able to reach a diameter as big as 600 million miles, but could also shrink to a diameter as small as 6 million miles. If its diameter shrank, its universe membrane would gradually thicken. If its diameter expanded, the membrane would gradually thin down. This was the fundamental theory of why Luo Feng maintained the same amount of godly power supplied to the miniature universe. If he increased the amount of godly power supply, the universe membrane would naturally become thicker, and its power would grow stronger. With a smaller diameter of merely 19 million miles, a being of another race could still enter. Seems to me he must have seen it all, Luo Feng said to himself. Indeed, evil Fog Knight had been observing for a long time from a long distance away. He had witnessed the fight between Golden Horn Beast and Tian Yan Knight at the border of their respective domain-type true treasures, and he clearly saw that it was the Golden Horn Beast who was hunting down Tian Yan Knight by watching the two enter the space whirlpool one after the other. Based on this information, Luo Feng easily came up with some quick inferences. You can consider yourself to be unlucky. Luo Feng's thought flashed through his mind in a split second, maybe not even 1/10,000th of a second, and the next moment, Golden Horn Beast rushed at Tian Yan Knight. What place is this?" said Tian Yan Knight. He looked at his surroundings with fear. There was an endless chaotic airflow all around him. Is it Universe Ocean? No, I was on the original star. How would I suddenly fall into this place? Could this be a domain-type true treasure? He already owns a domain-type true treasure, so how could he be using another domain-type true treasure? Hong! Waves of the Golden River came surging from afar. From the front of the Golden River, a stampede of 9 great beasts was seen rushing to the fore, and behind them was the Golden Horn Beast. Have to block it, said Tian Yan Knight. His eyes were filled with crazed panic. He wanted to block the vast darkness, but it useless. It was like a giant truck rolling over a small car. With the universe laws empowering the entire miniature universe, the power of the Golden River soared by one level in an instant. And Tian Yang Knight's domain-type true treasure was, in turn, suppressed by the universe laws of the miniature universe. Thus, its power was lowered by one level. This come-and-go cycle brought about a vast difference between the two domain-type true treasures, which were actually not so different from each other at the start. Pun! 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 Like cracking icebergs, the vast blackness was easily shattered. It was unable to protect Tian Yang Knight at all. What? Tian Yang Knight was shocked. I must escape! Tian Yang Knight turned and attempted to make a speedy escape. However, the moment the mighty golden waves collided with the darkness, Tian Yang Knight was shrouded by the golden waves. After 9, Tiger River increased its power by one level. Flying within its domain would be extremely difficult even for someone like Tian Yang Knight. At that moment, Golden Horn Beast managed to close the distance and appeared before Tian Yang Knight. Golden Horn Beast! Tian Yang Knight roared with rage as he waved the light shuttles his 8 arms were holding. It's useless! Golden Horn Beast growled. Golden rays lit up once again. Under these sharp and unsympathetic golden rays, the 8 black light shuttles that looked so beautiful were cast away like paper. Tian Yang Knight's godly body seemed so helpless in the face of the long, sharp horns of Golden Horn Beast. Following the fearsome impact of the collision between both knight and beast, the entire space shook with tremors. With eyes still filled with unwillingness to resign to his fate, Tian Yang Knight's godly body was annihilated, and he wordlessly vanished into thin air. Pity, Luo Feng reflected silently. The moment I use the ultimate technique of a universe master, I will not be able to reduce his power accurately. If I could grasp a better control of accuracy, I might have been able to put Tian Yang Knight into a deep slumber. The stronger the great being, the more difficult it was to put it into a deep slumber. Normally, when the godly bodies of undying emperors were consumed to slightly more than 10% remaining, they would need to go into a deep slumber. However, the willpower of universe overlords was incomparably strong. Their godly powers were much purer. So even if they were left with only 5% or even 3% of their godly bodies, they might still be able to maintain a clear consciousness for a split second to self-destruct their remaining godly bodies. Most would avoid fighting a universe overlord until only 1% of its godly body was left before it could be put to a deep slumber. But this was much too difficult in a battle of life and death. It was tough to use all the ultimate techniques to put up a good fight, yet without the confidence to fight an opponent till its godly body was left with exactly 1%, especially when the opponent was a great being with a horribly fearsome consciousness. A universe master, even when his godly body was down to 1%, was able to maintain a moment of consciousness. Such universe masters would rather self-destruct than risk subjecting themselves to a lifetime of slavery. The more powerful a being was, the more difficult it would be to enslave it. The only way to have a strong slave was to enslave it during its weak periods. Then, when the being grew in power, they would naturally find themselves with stronger slaves. Hong! Under the impact of the collision, Tian Yang Knight's black armor, silver wings, weapons, world ring, and some other valuable items scattered in all directions. All come here, commanded Luo Feng. With a single thought, everything within the control of the miniature universe that had once belonged to the annihilated Tian Yang Knight was speedily manipulated and flew right up to Golden Horn Beast. Upon infusing his godly power, the items quickly started to recognize their new master, one after the other. This led Luo Feng to realize that Tian Yang Knight certainly did not have the talent of dividing bodies. Keep! Luo Feng stored every item in his world ring right away. Then he turned and looked off into the distance. About 6 million miles away, a black, misty figure stood surveying its surroundings with due diligence. Meet your doom, Luo Feng said under his breath. Hong! Long! Long! A great volume of chaotic airflow rolled over the black, misty figure in a frenzied manner. The airflow seemed to separate into 2 parts. One part revolved in the clockwise direction while the other revolved counterclockwise, just like a gigantic grinder. And right in the middle was the black, misty figure. Universe Grinder, roll and crush! Luo Feng commanded in a cold demeanor. The miniature universe was the most powerful talent technique, more powerful than Golden Light, which he had created by one whole level. It consisted of many different tactics. For example, there were normal ones like the suppression by universe laws, and rolling and crushing by universe grinder. Plus, there were also ultimate tactics that were the most powerful ones, like Explosion of universe. The ordinary tactics were not considered powerful. For instance, using the tactic rolling and crushing by Universe Grinder would not have been enough to kill Tian Yang Knight. However, to a senior Universe Knight who did not have a single ordinary true treasure armor to speak of, using the Universe Grinder with a power level that was one notch higher than that of 9 Tiger River, let alone the power of a miniature universe, would be more than enough to grind him to death. Evil Fog Knight was surveying his surroundings carefully when suddenly he felt an upheaval between heaven and earth, and the two great airflows seemed to enshroud him. Like a grinder moving in opposite directions, the airflow closed in around him, rolling and crushing his body in a frenzied manner. Ah! 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 Evil Fog Knight screamed in pain. The rolling and crushing consumed his godly body quickly from 90% to 70% and then to 50%. The loss was happening at an alarming rate. "Let me go! I bear no enmity!" Evil Fog Knight was so fearful that he shouted repeatedly, "Let me go!" But there was no stopping it in this vast, chaotic world. Evil Fog Knight was in despair, and could only bear hatred in his heart. He had not expected to meet his end by obeying Fan Noa Fortress Master's command. "Ah! Ah! Ah!" Evil Fog Knight roared. "Damn it!" With only 30% of his godly body left, Evil Fog Knight roared his reluctance but decided to choose self-destruction. Hong! Long! Long! The impact spread in all directions. Evil Fog Knight was annihilated. "Not even a single true treasure," said Luo Feng. "Why even bother putting up a struggle?" Hong! Long! The miniature universe was put away and disappeared in the blink of the eye. Peace returned between heaven and earth. Hovering in midair, only the golden horn beast remained. All valuables left behind by Tian Yang Knight and Evil Fog Knight after they were annihilated had been claimed. "I had not expected to lose almost 10% of my godly body in such a short fight," Luo Feng mused to himself. Opening his miniature universe and charging at Tian Yang Knight had taken nearly 3 seconds. Killing Tian Yang Knight and taking away his treasures had not taken him more than 2 seconds. Using the Universe Grinder to roll and crush Evil Fog Knight, however, had taken close to 3 seconds. Collecting all the treasures also used up almost a second. All in all, it had taken close to 9 seconds. "Go!" Golden Horn Beast spread its wings, shot up into the sky at high speed, and departed. Luo Feng spent almost a day's worth of traveling before he finally made it out the original star, and shortly after, he made it back to his god country. In his god country, the vast place was expanding gradually and continuously. Similarly, the limitless remote ocean was also growing bigger every minute. "In nearly 20,000 years, my remote ocean has grown quite a bit." Donning his suit of silver armor, Luo Feng looked down at everything with a smile. "True treasures!" he commanded with a wave. The next moment, many true treasures started emerging in midair, one after the other. Many of these hanging in midair were loot he had gained from his victories on the original stars in the past year. The majority were merely ordinary true treasures, and the number of senior true treasures were extremely few. However, killing Tian Yang Knight had been quite rewarding. Other than what he really sought, the pair of wings that was a true treasure, the others that he collected included an ordinary true treasure series, the 8 shuttles, a senior true treasure armor, and an ordinary domain-type true treasure. Tian Yang Knight certainly did live up to his identity as a knight of the Automaton clan. "This pair of wings is the most important true treasure I have gained," Luo Feng whispered as he held the pair of wings. Originally, he had thought that the true treasure was a pair of black wings. However, following the death of Tian Yang Knight, the wings returned to their original color, which was silver, the exact same color as his Sherwu wings. The true treasure pair of wings shook gently as Luo Feng held it, as though it was trying to break free from his grasp and fly away. "Roar!" Golden Horn Beast was approaching from afar. At the same time, a beautiful pair of silver wings detached itself from him. "Go!" Luo Feng let go of the wings. Instantly, the true treasure pair of wings flew away and approached the Sherwu wings, which were also drawing close at high speed. The moment the 2 pairs of silver wings, equally beautiful, touched. Ka! 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 The feathers on the wings, which were sharp as blades, started bouncing at high speed. The bottom sections of both pairs of wings sported silver rays of light that were flashing quickly. The 2 pairs of wings, both true treasures, were under a continuous integration process. Qualitative changes started to emerge. A gargantuan burst of power was released and spread through the surroundings. The burst of power given out at that moment was the real deal. This combination was the moment when this mysterious true treasure made an appearance in its truest form. So strong, such awesome power! Marveled Luo Feng, suspended in midair. He felt dumbfounded by it, yet at the same time, he was increasingly anticipating the result. His emotions were running high.